Hello everyone and welcome to today's 6th grade ELA lesson. I created a PowerPoint that I am going to share with you. And the topic of today's lesson is complete versus run-on sentences. Complete versus run-on sentences. So first and foremost, let's compare the following two passages. So I'm going to read the first one. I like turtles. They're my favorite creatures. I mean, who wouldn't like turtles? They're so nice and gentle, and they're not scary at all. In fact, they're really quite friendly, and they make great pets, and they don't require too much work or cleaning up after them or taking them to a lot of appointments or anything, so they're awesome pets. Don't you think so? And here is the second passage. I like turtles. They're my favorite creatures. I mean, who wouldn't like turtles? They're so nice and gentle, and they're not scary at all. In fact, they're really quite friendly, and they make great pets. They don't require too much work, or cleaning up after them, or taking them to a lot of appointments or anything. They're awesome pets. Don't you think so? So did you notice some differences between these two passages? Again, here was the first passage, and here is the second passage. Well, one thing that's different about them is their use of punctuation. In the first passage, we don't have very much punctuation. We have something that almost looks a bit run on. We have, in fact, they're really quite friendly, and they make great pets, and they don't require too much work or cleaning up after them or taking them to a lot of appointments or anything, so they're awesome pets. That seems like a really long segment. Whereas in our second passage, we break them up into individual sentences, such as, in fact, they're really quite friendly, and they make great pets. They don't require too much work or cleaning up after them or taking them to a lot of appointments or anything. They're awesome pets, don't you think so? So it looks like we have shorter sentences in our second passage, which leads us to our learning goal of today. I can determine a complete sentence from a run-on sentence. So on today's agenda, we will first be exploring what is a run-on sentence, followed by how to fix a run-on sentence and some examples. We will also have some multiple choice questions for how to fix run-on sentences. And this is only going to be part 1 of this lesson. Miss Jessica will be taking over part 2 of this lesson. So I'm going to be teaching the first half and she'll be teaching the second half. So for your materials, you will need paper and a pencil. Okay, so first and foremost, what is a run-on sentence? So a run-on sentence has 2 or more complete sentences. And it is missing proper punctuation to join the sentences. For example, Lily is great at volleyball. She won first place. This is an example of a run-on sentence because it has 2 or more complete sentences, but is missing the proper punctuation that is needed to join these sentences. Our 2 sentences are, Lily is great at volleyball, and she won first place. But we're missing proper punctuation. We need a comma or a semicolon or a comma and conjunction or something like that to combine these 2 sentences. For example, we could say Lily is great at volleyball, comma, and she won first place. Or Lily is great at volleyball, semicolon, she won first place, because the semicolon can connect to independent sentences. So right now it's a run-on sentence, but if we add some punctuation or conjunctions or things like that, it can become a complete sentence. So how do we fix a run-on sentence? Well, there is a handy-dandy acronym that we can use, and the acronym is FANBOYS, and it stands for the conjunctions that can be used to fix a run-on sentence. So the F in FANBOYS stands for, the A in FANBOYS stands for and, the N in FANBOYS stands for nor, and so on and so on. So our conjunctions are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. And when we use these conjunctions, we can combine two sentences. We can make a run-on sentence into a complete sentence by using these. So how to fix a run-on sentence? There's 2 different ways. First, you can create two sentences, like two separate sentences, or you could create a compound sentence by using the conjunctions fanboys. So I'll show you an example. So if I have a run-on sentence such as, I like apples, I don't like peaches. I can fix this run-on sentence by first creating two sentences. That's one option. For example, instead of, I like apples, I don't like peaches, it could be, I like apples, period. I don't like peaches. So you can see that I made these into two separate sentences. So that's one option for how you can change this from a run-on sentence to two separate sentences. Another option is to create a compound sentence by using the conjunctions fanboys. So you could pick a conjunction that most makes sense in the context of the sentence. So instead of saying, I like apples, I don't like peaches, I could say, I like apples, comma, but, and this is a conjunction, I don't like peaches. So I like apples, but I don't like peaches. And that also works. That also changes this from a run-on sentence into a complete sentence. So to recap, you can make two complete sentences, such as where I added punctuation and formed these into two separate complete sentences. Or your second option is to change the period to a comma, so that period gets changed to a comma, and add a conjunction, such as the conjunction but. I like apples, but I don't like peaches. So those are two different methods that you can use. So now we are going to choose the correct FANBOYS acronym for the following sentence. The little girl was hungry. She went to the refrigerator. So we need a conjunction right here. So our options are so, yet, and. I'm going to substitute each conjunction for this blank space. So which makes the most sense? The little girl was hungry, so she went to the refrigerator. The little girl was hungry, yet she went to the refrigerator. The little girl was hungry, and she went to the refrigerator. Which one makes the most sense given the context? Given that the little girl was hungry, should we say so she went to the refrigerator? Yet she went to the refrigerator, or and she went to the refrigerator? Which one makes the most sense? If you said so, you are correct. The little girl was hungry, so she went to the refrigerator. It's kind of like a cause and effect sentence. Because she was hungry, she went to the refrigerator. The little girl was hungry, so she went to the refrigerator. It's a cause, it's an action that she took because she was hungry. That's why we use the FANBOYS acronym of so. That's why we use that conjunction, so. Let's try another one. I like that scarf. The color looks great on you. Would nor, but, or and fit in that sentence? I like that scarf, nor the color looks great on you. Or would it make more sense to say, I like that scarf, but the color looks great on you? Or would it make sense to say, I like that scarf, and the color looks great on you? Which one makes the most sense out of these three options? If you said that and is the correct conjunction to use, then you are correct. I like that scarf and the color looks great on you. So our conjunction that we would use in this case is and. Let's try another one. Both of us were hungry, we grabbed some snacks. Right now this is a run-on sentence, so we need to fix it. We need to add a comma and a conjunction. So out of all the FANBOYS conjunctions, which one would be best? Would we say, both of us were hungry for we grabbed some snacks? Both of us were hungry and we grabbed some snacks? Both of us were hungry nor we grabbed some snacks? Both of us were hungry but we grabbed some snacks? Both of us were hungry or we grabbed some snacks? Both of us were hungry yet we grabbed some snacks? Both of us were hungry so we grabbed some snacks. Which one makes the most sense? So I want you to pause your video and substitute each of these to find out which conjunction would make the most sense. If you said that the conjunction so would make the most sense, you are correct. Both of us were hungry, so we grabbed some snacks. Again, this kind of sounds like a cause-effect sentence where we grabbed some snacks because we were both hungry. So again, both of us were hungry, so we grabbed some snacks. So is the conjunction that connects these two phrases. Let's try another one. I want to go to softball practice. It is raining. This is a run-on sentence right now. It doesn't have the punctuation that it needs. So we're going to add a comma, and then you get to choose the acronym, the conjunction that best fits for this sentence to connect these two thoughts. So would it be, I want to go to softball practice for it is raining. I want to go to softball practice and it is raining. I want to go to softball practice nor it is raining. I want to go to softball practice but it is raining. I want to go to softball practice or it is raining. I want to go to softball practice yet it is raining. I want to go to softball practice so it is raining. So which of these options do you think would be the best conjunction to make this from a run-on sentence into a complete sentence? So let you pause the video and choose your answer. So if you chose the conjunction but, then that one is correct. It makes the most sense. I want to go to softball practice, but it is raining. So in other words, the rain is preventing the person from going to softball practice. I want to go to softball practice, but it is raining. So that's the correct conjunction. I did want to point out that if you said yet, that would also be correct. I want to go to softball practice, yet it is raining. That has pretty much the same meaning. So either but or yet could have worked for this one. Next one. We stopped by the store, we bought some ice cream. Right now this is a run-on sentence, but we can change that into a complete sentence that is grammatically correct by adding a comma after store and adding one of these conjunctions. So which is the correct conjunction? We stopped by the store for we bought some ice cream. We stopped by the store and we bought some ice cream. We stopped by the store nor we bought some ice cream. We stopped by the store but we bought some ice cream. We stopped by the store or we bought some ice cream. We stopped by the store yet we bought some ice cream. We stopped by the store so we bought some ice cream. Which one or ones could make sense in the context of this sentence? I'll let you pause the video and choose one or two options that would make sense. So the conjunction that makes the most sense would be the conjunction and. We stopped by the store and we bought some ice cream. Notice that the and plus the comma helps to turn this sentence from a run-on sentence into a complete sentence. Instead of we stopped by the store, we bought some ice cream, we have a comma after store, that's our punctuation, and then we have our conjunction and. We stopped by the store and we bought some ice cream. The conjunction and combines these two separate thoughts. So I hope that you enjoyed part 1 of the lesson. Stay tuned for part 2 because Miss Jessica is about to come on. So let's welcome Miss Jessica.
Hello, it's Miss Jessica here, or Mrs. Gore, whatever you prefer. And yay, let's give a big hand to Miss Christy, who just handled the first part of the lesson and taught you guys some amazing stuff from what I've seen of the beginning of the lesson. So I like this FANBOYS method that Miss Christy used. It makes it a little easier to remember those words that we need to throw in there, those conjunctions. So I'm just going to roll with it. We're going to do some more sentences. So I have this sentence here. So let's look at this sentence and decide how to correct it. So the sentence reads, Hank loves baseball. He plays every Sunday. Okay. Let's try correcting the sentence using the FANBOYS method. So just like Miss Christy was having you do, we're going to just find that conjunction that needs to fit in there. So we're going to do the comma slash, comma fanboys method. So I would like for you to take a moment and pause your video and rewrite this sentence with your comma and your fanboys correction made to your sentence. So go ahead and pause. Okay, so if you're back and you went ahead and made that correction, let's go ahead and go to the next slide and see what it looks like. So, okay, so we have the same sentence and now we have our correction in there. So Hank loves baseball, comma, so he plays every Sunday. Doesn't that make a little more sense than just reading the whole sentence through with no punctuation? I think it flows a lot better. So let's read again. Hank loves baseball, comma, so he plays every Sunday. Okay, and down here I just went ahead and circled the conjunction that we used. So that's one example. Okay, so here's our sentence again, the same sentence we just had. Hank loves baseball, he plays every Sunday. There's that run-on sentence again. Okay, so it's two actual sentences, independent clauses or independent sentences smushed together. So if we want to separate these out, we did the comma conjunction, the fanboys method. Now I wanted to introduce the semicolon method. So a semicolon can be used in place of a period or comma, and it can actually separate those two independent clauses and make a flowing sentence out of it. So let's try that method. And you may already know how to use a semicolon. So let's just go to the next slide and we'll show the example. That way you can remember and actually apply it as well. So same sentence. Hank loves baseball. He plays every Sunday. So since we can't just leave the sentence to read that way, Hank loves baseball. He plays every Sunday. We have to do some kind of punctuation. So with this semicolon right here in the middle of those two clauses, it actually makes a complete sentence. And we don't have that run-on sentence anymore. Okay? It provides the proper punctuation for the sentence. Okay? Let's see what's next. So in this activity, what we're going to do is I want you to, after we look at all these examples, I'm going to have you actually pause the video and write down the answers to this question. So can you identify the run-on sentences from the following examples? So here we have 6 sentences. They're the examples. And what I wanted you to do is we're going to read through these sentences together. And what you're going to do is take a couple moments after this, and you're going to write down the run-on sentences out of these 6. So let's read number 1. I love to write papers. I would write one every day if I had time. Okay. Number 2, I love to play my video game every day. Number 3, I have to go to the store. My car ran out of gas. Number 4, we are going to the game, then we are going to dinner. 5, I woke up, I ate breakfast. And number 6, they waited for the bus all morning. Okay, 6 sentences, not too bad. Go ahead and pause the video right now. Take a couple minutes. I want you to write down the sentences that are the run-on sentences and leave yourself a little bit of room to make some corrections to the sentences. So go ahead and work for a couple minutes. Okay, did we make those corrections to our sentence? Or not corrections, but write down the sentences, I'm sorry. We're just writing down the ones that are the run-on sentences. So let's check our work. So now we have these 6 sentences still here. Same ones, we haven't taken any out yet. What we're gonna do is choose the correct fanboys to correct the run-on sentences you chose. So you have chosen however many sentences out of these 6 are your run-on sentences. And now we're going to correct them using those fanboys. Okay, we're going to correct them using the fanboys method. So go ahead and I would like you to take another couple of minutes, pause the video, and make your corrections. Remember, the FANBOYS method uses the comma conjunction, okay? And you're going to pick the one that makes the most sense. So go ahead and pause the video and work. Okay, so have you chosen your FANBOYS conjunctions to correct the run-on sentences that you chose? And let's check the work. Let's see how we did. So here are the 3 that were actually run-on sentences, okay? So these are numbered funny, so don't look at the numbers necessarily. For some reason, it numbered it 1, 2, and 3. But when you look back here, they're different sentences, so don't pay attention to the numbers. Just the sentences themselves. So this one says, I love to write papers. I would write one every day if I had time. Does that sound like a run-on sentence or a complete sentence? It needs some punctuation, right? There's some things going on with that sentence. Number 2, I have to go to the store. My car ran out of gas. Definitely a run-on sentence, right? And then what about this one? I woke up, I ate breakfast. Yeah, definitely run-on sentence. So I would love to see and have you think about here and check your work. Which FANBOYS conjunctions did you pick to fix these sentences? Let's see what the next page says. So this is that first sentence. I love to write papers. Now we're going to have that comma in there because we're going to add our best conjunction. So I love to write papers, comma, I would write one every day if I had time. So we have an A, B, or C. So I want you to pick, and maybe you already used one of these conjunctions, and we'll pick the one out of these 3 that we think is the best answer to fix this run-on sentence. So I love to write papers, comma, but I would write one every day if I had time. B, or I would write one every day if I had time. Or C, and I would write one every day if I had time. Which one sounds like it makes the most sense in that particular sentence? Okay, so and, that's the one we need in there. So if we read the sentence again, it says, I love to write papers, comma, and I would write one every day if I had time. Okay, I need to move myself, blocking the sentence. So do you see how that works? We gotta have that comma and then that conjunction. And that beautifully corrects our run-on sentence so that it doesn't sound like we're just saying a bunch of words that don't really even mean anything. Okay? So this is another one of our sentences to correct. So again, we're going to choose from our FANBOYS list over here, down the side. So let's read the sentence. I have to go to the store, comma, blank, my car ran out of gas. So let's read the sentence adding in one of these conjunctions down here, A, B, or C, and pick the one that makes the most sense. I have to go to the store, comma, for my car ran out of gas. I have to go to the store, comma, so my car ran out of gas. Or C, I have to go to the store, comma, but my car ran out of gas. So which one do you think makes the most sense in this sentence? Go ahead and make your choice, and then we'll check our answer. Okay, let's go to the next slide. There it is in blue, right there. I have to go to the store, comma, but my car ran out of gas. That makes the most sense, I think, if we're really looking at it, because it's a cause and effect. It's like my car, I have to go to the store, but I can't because my car ran out of gas. So we found our solution. And now here's that third sentence that we had. So we're again choose the correct FANBOYS conjunction over here. So let's read the sentence first. I woke up, comma, blank, I ate breakfast. Now let's read the sentence with the conjunctions in there. I woke up, comma, for I ate breakfast. I woke up, comma, yet I ate breakfast. Or C, I woke up, comma, and I ate breakfast. Which one did you pick? Let's check our work on the next slide. And we have and. Okay, so that's probably one of the most common conjunctions to use in a run-on sentence when you're joining those two clauses together. Oh, excuse me. Oh, those yawns that just come out of nowhere. Okay, it says I woke up, comma, and I ate breakfast. That fixes our run-on sentence. Now it is two different thoughts, but they're brought together into one sentence. Let's see what's next. Okay, so we have, all right, so we did it all. That was all of our answers. I thought we had more slides than that, but that definitely gave us the practice for our run-on sentences. So you were able to see the semicolon method, which is just, you can't use it all the time, but it's a great method for putting together those, if there's two kind of separate thoughts, you can put that semicolon in the middle and you can just make that one complete sentence out of it. So, and then the FANBOYS method was the one we focused on really heavily in this lesson, and that is just that comma and that conjunction. So when we look around and we need to find a conjunction, just remember FANBOYS. Okay, I'm going to go back to one of these pages so you can look at it again. So we have for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. So there's many, many, many conjunctions out there, but these are the most common and easily used in your, to fix your run-on sentences. So if you stick with these, most likely in each case you're going to find the proper word to use. So we did our examples. Miss Christie had a bunch of amazing examples for you, and I just kind of gave us just a couple more to focus on. So we have our objective here again to see if we have met that objective. So I can determine a complete sentence from a run-on sentence. So I believe that we can do that. And one part of complete sentences is that we have to know that a sentence has a subject and it has a predicate, which is something that we've learned in our lower grades. But the subject is who the sentence is about, and the predicate is what that person or thing does in the sentence. It's the action of the sentence. So as long as you have a subject and a predicate, you have a complete sentence. But you want to watch out for those run-on sentences that just seem like they go on and on without a pause, right? Those commas give you that pause in the sentence. Because when we're speaking, we don't just la 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 la. We don't just keep talking without taking a breath, taking a pause, and finishing our thoughts. So that's what those commas do for us. And those conjunctions just let us, again, take that breather and kind of, change the way that the second half of that sentence is going to go. So like in this case, if we just came out and we told somebody, I woke up, I ate breakfast, that sounds like we're a robot, doesn't it? But if we come out and we say, I woke up and I ate breakfast, that gives us a pause, and it gives us like, I'm going to add one more thing. I woke up and I ate breakfast. Okay, so we have that complete thought, and it's punctuated correctly. So we get that pause in there. So we can definitely determine a complete sentence from a run-on sentence. All right. So thanks for working so hard today, you guys. Remember FANBOYS. Remember when you're trying to correct those run-on sentences, remember FANBOYS, and have an awesome day. We'll see you again.